Hello, Moto heads, and thank you for joining us. We are here for Moto 2 at High Point. We got our game face on. The gate is down. Another pretty good jump. Kind of mid-pack start, getting into the... All right, rolling into the second turn. Oh, getting pushed around a little bit there. There's Kuno cutting past us to the inside. Oh! All right, Moto heads. There's Skur. Number 2. All right, everybody's still jockeying for position here. Looks like right now we're 12th out of 14. Woo! That was awesome. Did you see his leg fly off the side of his bike? So cool. All right. Who was that? Is that Barry right there? I'm not sure. You know, I leave the little name indicators off because I just like the way it looks without them. Alright, we're at the tail end of the pack here, but we're holding our own, so to speak. Alright, going to the inside. All these riders are so good. Okay, it looks like we might complete an entire lap. Oh! Oh, we still might. Oh. Twice in a row now, Moto heads. Oh, wait. Oh, that was close, though. All right. I need to concentrate. I need to just relax. I just need to regroup and ride my own race from here on out. And if I catch somebody, that's fine. If I don't, I'm okay with that, too, as long as I ride well. By my standards. Now, I don't know if you noticed, Moto heads, but there's only 14 riders. Only 14 riders on the gate in this moto, so we lost somebody, and that somebody was Hector. He didn't start. I'm not sure what happened. We can still see somebody out in front of us there. But they're pulling away slowly. It's been an interesting day here at High Point. In between motos, I had the weirdest thing happen to me. I want to share it with you guys. Maybe I shouldn't. I don't want to curse it. Well, oh, another reset. Okay. Let's just put in strong laps here. I want to ride really well all the time in every moto, but in this one in particular, there's people watching me, Moto heads. There's other teams watching me, and I know that because in between motos, oh, that was that was a little better. In between motos, I was walking by the Chaparral rig. That's the biggest motorhome or semi or whatever they call those things. They've got the biggest rig by far, and I want to emphasize by far in the pits. It's interesting. So I was over there kind of by the Chaparral rig, and Rocker, the co-owner of Chaparral, he got my attention and he waved me over and he said, "Hey man, that was pretty cool. When you got lapped, you were keeping up there for a minute with the leaders." And me and Bobby were talking about it. Now, Bobby is the head guy at Chaparral. And he said, "Bobby wants to talk to you about some stuff." And I'm thinking, well, these two guys, yeah, sure he does. You know, they're just messing with me. I get it. I'm the rookie. My results aren't really showing. The Suzuki's not really gelling with me like I thought it would. So this is a prank, which I'm okay with. I get it. Hazing is part of the deal. I get it, you know. Anyways, I go, oh yeah, you know, and I just chuckled. He goes, no, seriously, Bobby, he wants to talk to you. He's inside the rig right now. If you want to go in there. So Rocker opens the door to the motorhome and he says, hey Bobby, High Water's coming in. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll go in. I just want to see the inside of this rig anyway. And believe me, moto heads, when you get inside of the motorhome, it is way bigger than it even looks from the outside. It is humongous. I don't know how they do it. It's like some kind of a genie's bottle type of illusion. But anyway, I walk into this motorhome, and there's Bobby, and he's kicking back, and he is getting a massage from 3 women at the same time on each of his toes. Count them up, moto heads. That's 30 women. It's a big motorhome, I might add. Did I say that already? Yeah, I think I already mentioned that. This motorhome is big. I start looking around the motorhome. He's got championship motorcycles from the 80s and some from the 90s all over the rig. He's got a James Stewart number 259 two-stroke inside of this thing. And as I look around, I notice to the left there are 4 Dale houses. 4 houses exactly like my boss Dale's. I mean, this is a big motorhome. And by the way, Motohead, here at this Motohead Online Racing YouTube movie house, if you come here to watch one of our picture shows and Highwater tells you a mosquito can pull a plow, you don't question that. You don't start saying, what, that doesn't sound right. You don't do any of that. You ask if you can borrow a saddle and go for a mosquito ride. All right, that being said, so I'm like, Bobby, how you doing? You know, what's going on? I've only talked to this guy like once before. And he says, hey, you know, we're having the charity race tomorrow here. And I'm like, yeah. And what he's talking about is a charity race here at the facility at High Point. And I'm like, yeah, I know. It's the lazy awareness event, and it's an open event. You can ride any bike you bring. Nobody gets paid. It's all for charity. And then some of the local racers get to ride on the track with some of their heroes. You know, it's just it's a good thing to promote awareness for laziness. And, you know, speaking of which, guys, you know, if you got a neighbor and he's got the laziness, just tap him on the shoulder and say, hey, man, clean up your yard. Or, you know, like, hey, dude, get a job. Or, you know, something like that. Just, it's the awareness that we're really looking for here. And if he just says, yeah, I know I'm really lazy, then he's aware you've done your job. All right, so anyways, the charity event, I kind of wanted to ride it, but, you know, we don't, Dale just, he didn't want to pay for the gas. Oh, I overjumped that. Anyway, so Bobby says, you know, we're having this charity event. Yeah, I go, yeah, Bobby, I know about the charity event. And I didn't say anything like, yeah, I wanted to ride it. I just said, yeah, I knew about it. He goes, yeah, I heard you wanted to ride it through the grapevine. And I'm kind of interested if you would like to maybe come throw a leg over a Chaparral Yamaha, since, you know, in your contract, since it's not a professional race, you can do that. And I'm like, is this guy, okay, yeah, I'm waiting for the punchline. Am I on candid camera? Or what was the other one? Pranked or punked or whatever? This isn't real. I'm thinking to myself. So I'm still kind of laughing. He goes, no, man, don't laugh. I'm serious. I go, well, yeah, if you're being serious, I'd love to try out one of those Yamahas. They look very, very nice. You guys definitely know how to make them go fast. He goes, okay. He goes, so Damo, he would like to meet up with you first thing in the morning, as soon as the sun comes up, and spin a couple laps with you, because we set up a Yamaha for you up to your specs, but also to our specs. So we got your height and weight and all that in mind. But we set it up differently probably than your Suzuki. So Damo would like to have a little session with you before that charity race, before the Open, before the Lazy Open they call it. And I'm thinking, what is going on right now? And so I tell him, like, hey, you know, I don't have any money. He's all, wait, well, hold on, man. This isn't about money. And I'm like, oh, well. Okay, first of all, Damo is a legend, as you all know. And I'm thinking, so I'm going to get some one-on-one time with Damo on a Yamaha. And I don't have to pay to do that. I'm assuming I have to kill a hobo or something of that nature, you know. You don't... Stuff like that just doesn't happen. And they said, no, you don't have to even kill a hobo. And then they stopped and thought for a second. Said, no, nothing like that, you know. I guess they couldn't think of a hobo they wanted dead to seize the moment. But anyway, and I said, yeah, so anyways, tonight I might go hang out with those guys. I'm kind of, maybe they'll invite me. I don't know, man. I still think I'm getting pranked or something. But if all goes well, if this isn't some kind of sick, twisted, sadistic joke, then I just might be riding this track tomorrow on a Chaparral Yamaha, along with Rocker, who does this who does this event every year. I think he has some cousin or something that's really, really lazy. Not to mention the same cousin has had a lifelong bout with illiteracy, and then later in life even got diagnosed with a really bad case of wife. And so thoughts and prayers. Oh man, so I can't think about anything else but testing this Yamaha. I mean, that's exciting in its own. But you throw the fact that I'm basically going to have a one-on-one session being tutored by Damo. I know I already told you guys all this, but let's just say yeah. All right. Spinning the laps. All right, so in the first moto, I think we got lapped when there was about, I don't know, 6 or 7 minutes left, I think I said. In this moto, if I don't get lapped, maybe if there's 5 minutes left and then I get lapped, oh, that'll be pretty cool. I have been completely struggling with my bike setup. Oh, I mean, look at that. It's just sloppy. It's slow. My fastest lap is a 1:33.41. That's actually faster than in my first moto. And I think also faster than qualifying. So at least I already put in the... Another reset. Yeah, so 1:33.41. My fastest lap with no deform doing the ghost racing is a 1:29.0 something, I think. Just a really good lap compared to this. Now going down Bradshaw Boulevard here, I'm struggling to slow this beast down to make that inside line right there. I don't know if you noticed, but the Suzuki here is a little more girthy than most of the other bikes. And it's not all Kickstarter. $15 minutes and 2 left in the moto. It's about the halfway point. 15 minutes or less. You can always go see a movie and then go to the bathroom in the theater and just hang out for a few, and then go into another movie house and watch the picture show in that movie without paying. Just kidding. That takes more than 15 minutes. Alright, so one part of the story that I forgot, when I was in that big Team Chaparral motorhome, there were tiger eyes laying around all over the place. If somebody wants to get to the eye of the tiger, I'm gonna assume that's the spot, Moto heads. Yeah, to be honest, every time I make that inside rut back there at the bottom of that hill, oh no reset. I get a little bit surprised when I don't overshoot it. I got my brakes set on all the way stiff. And another thing about the pro class that I'm starting to figure out, other than the fact that I thoroughly get my butt kicked, is that a lot of the pros don't talk about their settings. Another reset. A lot of the pros don't talk about their settings with, at least as far as I know. Maybe the teams talk about it, but I've never talked about my settings with my teammates yet, and I've never heard anything from them. But so maybe internally, some of the teams share settings. I think some of these guys train together. I've never really trained with other riders. You know, this is still in its infancy for me, this whole league racing, this whole pro thing. Oh, bounce into the next rut. Not too bad. I should be breaking that time up, not riding like that. I should be breaking that time. You would think I would at least get a 1:32, which is a pretty common lap time. Oh, casing that. Oh, that was like a 1:37 or something. Oh, man. Here, I know these Chaparral guys are probably watching me if it isn't a big prank. And I'm riding like dog number 2. Slowing down to go fast might help me from getting reset as often. And it might keep me on 2 wheels. But I really want to hold off getting lapped as long as possible. I've also noticed on these long motos that I find myself just getting into a slower pace and sticking with it, turning lap times like I did before, 1:36 or 1:34, even when I'm not crashing or getting reset. All right, Mount Morris, Pennsylvania. I'm assuming that's a small town. I think it's somewhere near Morgantown, but I'm not sure. Morgantown is where the headquarters of Racer X magazine is. Oh. See? I'm not going to blame it on the Suzuki, but the weight doesn't help. Anyways, the small towns that host these league races, they really benefit a lot from it. You get all the riders coming in. I mean, I described all the luxury items in the Chaparral rig. So there's a lot of money floating around is what I'm trying to say. And not only that, they also benefit with population growth because, from what I understand, Team Chaparral, when they leave a town, they leave it a wake of pregnancy behind. I'm just saying they like to have fun, is all I'm saying. Grinding, grinding, grinding here. Okay, we got 10 minutes to go. And I already see somebody coming up behind us to lap us here. Let's see if we can't hold them off as long as we can. And we'll see what happens from there. If I can get that clock down to 7 minutes before he laps us, that'd be awesome. I think it's pretty funny that my goals are trying not to get lapped as long as possible. And it's a good way to gauge where you're at, you know. I mean, the tracks have different lap times and stuff, but I mean, I saw that guy coming behind us. Oh. And we've already dwindled another minute off the clock, and he still hasn't caught us. And like I said in the last moto, oh! No! I gotta stop talking to you. Okay, I'm just gonna let him by here. Alright. Whoever that is, they are moving. I should say he is moving. I don't believe there's any females in the league. There is a rumor that Barry could possibly be of a trans type of gender persuasion or something, but I doubt that's true. You know how people talk and make up rumors. So that's just a rumor, but yeah, it's you can go ahead and tell your friends. Alright, now I'm trying to keep up with second place. Okay, I just gotta let these guys by. Let's go by, fellas. I do not want to mess it up for other people. Man, that was a group right there. That was a pack. That is a lot of badasses is what I just witnessed go by me right there. That is just 100% a lot of badasses, and one of them just went down. I almost ran right into his little floppy body. Little moto body flopping all over the track. Okay, so I got lapped with, what, 8 minutes? Get it, fellas. Pour it on. I'm all about you two duking it out right now. I want to watch this. Oh, look at these guys going for it. That is what it's all about right there, Moto heads. Not just here, but also IRL, in the 4 dimensions of common experience. I grew up with an older brother. He was always faster than me. And I did everything I could to keep up with that guy if it was trail riding or on a motocross track. And there were about 5 times that I could count, maybe, where I was on and he was off, and I could just duke it out with him. And it was some of the funnest times of my life. Or I'd just go out and find a stranger on a motocross track that was about my speed and just go toe-to-toe, one-on-one, swapping positions. You know, I did a I did a hare scrambles race one time. It was the only one I ever did in Michigan. It was near a town called Battle Creek. And you know, I had an awful race, Motoheads. The bike that I was riding kept stalling, and I was having serious problems restarting it. And that was a 1999 YZ400F. Anybody who knows about that bike knows exactly what I'm talking about. But for the time that I was actually riding, I was doing pretty good. And more importantly, I had a lot of fun. I rode in the vet class. And I remember when I was talking with somebody about which class I should enter, they told me, you know, the vet class is pretty fast. I said, yeah, I'm familiar. I've done it before. And they said, well, just let you know, there's a guy there by the name of Paul Guy. And Paul Guy is a former motocross championship, like the state mission. I don't know what he was, but and he's leading the points in the vet class, and he's the man. And I'm like, okay, cool. I doubt I'll see him. I might see him if he laps me. And I was just joking because we're talking about a 6-mile lap. Chances are you're not going to get lapped, but it could happen. And sure enough, it did happen because my bike kept stalling. And I was on the side of the track, kicking and huffing and puffing a lot of the time. Now, when Paul Guy lapped me, it was at a section where we were just coming out of the woods and hitting the motocross track. And he went by me, and he had a chest protector with his name on the back. And I'm like, oh, that's him. That's Paul Guy. And I was feeling pretty good at this point. I wasn't very tired because I was just having fun at this point. I wasn't racing for position. And I'm like, all right, motocross dude. And by this time, I had the jumps down on the motocross track part. Oh, I just went by somebody, Moto heads. There was a bike on the side of the track. Somebody broke down. We are now in 13th out of 14. Not the way you want to get it done, but still, I'll take it. So anyways, Paul Guy, he passed me. He was moving pretty good, and I just put my head down and went into sprint speed. You know, these races were 2.5 hours long. So I started sprinting, and I kept up with Paul Guy almost all the way around the motocross track. He started to pull me at the end of it, but I thought that was so fun. I was so happy with that. I'm like, wow, man, that guy's roost is sweet. I never wore a chest protector when I raced those hare scrambles. I used to just take the bruising. I mean, it does hurt. It stings when it hits you, but you got so much adrenaline going when you're on that bike. And then, you know, I've got a lot of tattoos, so you got to look between the tattoos to actually see the bruising. But they're definitely there. All right. Down to just under 3 minutes plus 2 laps. Making the left by the billboard by Old Glory there. We've probably been lapped by everybody so far. Maybe not. Actually, I see a rider back behind us. Oh my God! I gotta start looking forward instead of racing behind us here. Every time I've done one of these races, this is only my second race, so each of these 2 races have been very much a learning experience. And all the boys in the league have made me feel pretty welcome. Except for maybe Barry. But I'm definitely not, I don't know, I'm definitely not part of the club, so to speak, yet. Now that indicator just lit up there on that part of the track, and it does almost every time, if not every time you ride by that section of the track. And I'm not used to running the little indicator that tells you when people are coming up behind you. And honestly, I don't like the thing very much yet, but the jury is still out on it. That's my first impression. It kind of stresses me out just a little bit, and it does light up. See, that's that girth of the Suzuki. That indicator does appear and light up on tracks like just randomly, even when there's no other riders out on it. So maybe they got to work out the bugs or whatever. I definitely don't like the way it looks. Kind of jumbles up our film. Winding this thing down. Oh, wait a minute. What? Oh, okay. Yeah, I just got lapped. For a second, I thought I was going to get lapped. I let him by. And then I remembered that I was not in last place. Okay. So whoever quit, or didn't quit, but whoever dropped out because of the mechanical left the entire, hopefully it wasn't an injury. Hopefully they didn't have to go to the hospital. But we're still in 13th either way. 13th out of 14 in this moto. I mean, technically we're 13 out of 14 still. That's the way the overall will read. And then Hector didn't show up to this moto. We just might finish. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to post the overall results at the end of the moto. 4 laps left, it says. All right, so that time we got that inside berm. But we're still running a 1:33.41. And I'm just not happy with it, Motoheads. By the way, I just want to thank all of you for joining us on this journey. I'd be real surprised if anybody is still here with us with 3 laps to go, hovering back by ourselves, way behind everybody. If you're still here watching this, do me a favor and comment "Eye of the Tiger." And if I read one comment on this video that reads "Eye of the Tiger," it's going to blow my mind. It's going to blow my mind. I will finally think, like, you know what? Maybe I'm not making these movies for nothing. See, that indicator just lit up there again. And it wasn't because the guy was going the other way over here. Maybe it was, actually. I don't know. Maybe it was. Sticking to that inside line. I'm willing to bet some of these top guys just rail through that inside line in third gear pin, don't even let off the gas. And here I am tapping that throttle. And I know these top guys, they play with the throttle. I know that. It's not like they're wide open the whole time. And that's part of the... Oh, man, I shouldn't have hit that. And that's part of the technique to this game is you can't just hold it wide open like some kind of arcade game from 1982. These riders are masters, surgeons, artists, really. They're artists. Two laps to go. And I'm assuming the winner's probably about to cross the line. You can see that all those guys up there. Look at those dudes just going for it. Yeah, I never did get that backwoods double jump there. I don't know. Maybe if I trained with somebody. Maybe I can get together with the Pops or Crypt Keeper this week. Maybe we can all get together and have a team training session at Team Suzuki. All right, we're getting the white flag. There's all your finishers there. I'm gonna throw a little whip. What's up, guys? A little salute to those guys. Kick my foot out a little bit. Nothing but respect to, I don't know, 11 out of 12 of those guys. And with all kidding aside, Barry does congratulate other people when they do well. And I probably wouldn't hate on Barry so much if he wasn't such a good rider. If he wasn't so fast and so talented like I wished I was. It's kind of a jealousy kind of hatred kind of thing. I think that's the definition of hating on somebody. It's out of jealousy, right? Yeah, that's what I got going on with Barry. Oh, Thought I was going to go down for a second. Got a little bit sideways, cross-rutted. Down Bradshaw Boulevard for the last time here, Moto heads. And here we go. Oh, I thought maybe one time, that last time I could pull that off. All right, Moto heads. 13th place in this Moto heads. Let's go ahead and check the results here. All right, looks like Damo won that one with Barry in second place. Overall point standings, you got number 666, Damo, on top with 2-1 Moto scores. In second place, the Crypt Keeper with 1-5. Down to Barry, number 6, with 5-2 Moto score finishes. Kuno, defending champion, in fourth. And on down the line, in 6th place, Matt with 9-3. If he could have got a better finish in the first Moto, that would have been awesome for him. And then down in 8th place, you got my man number 2, Skur. He would have liked better finishes than that, but he's probably not too disappointed either. As far as the points go here, Kuno's still on top, followed by the Crypt Creeper. Damo, number 666, moves up into third position in the points. And then you got a tie down between 4th and 5th. Barry over Handy. I think if it was up to me, I would have put Handy on top of Barry. But that's probably a thing already. And then he got 6th place, Skur, number 2, moving up from 7th. Good news for him. And then so on down the line. Dale lost a couple positions. And next week, Moto heads, I've got Damo carrying on his domination for another win at Southwick. And then in second place, I predict it's going to be Skur. I think he's going to have less crashes, less resets, and I think he's going to kick butt. And then in third place, I got the Crypt Creeper rounding out the podium. Am I wrong? Let me know what you think in the comments. Moto heads, would you like to join us tomorrow at the Lazy Open? We'd love to bring you along if we do end up racing. Like I say, this could be a prank. But if it isn't, we will see you tomorrow in the next Moto.